Hi guys, so this is your Wawa girl here. First, I'm going to need you to like and subscribe to my videos. I wanted to talk to you about the pros and cons of driving for Uber. I just recently started driving, and I thought I'd like to share some of my experiences with you. Now, driving for Uber, it is cash in hand daily. You can cash out up to I think it's like 4 or 5 times for the night. I learned not to leave stuff overnight. I forgot about that Sunday to Monday thing, 5 a.m. And then your money gets sent to your bank account. Sorry about that. So you can't get it. You have to, wait till it shows up a couple days or whatever it is to your bank account. But if you do cash out right then and there, it's money sent to your debit card. You can earn a lot of money. It is extra income, but you have to, one of the cons that you have to hustle, especially in an area like ours where it's dead constantly, unless there's an event like race week just passed. This was my first race week, and I pretty much made about $600 between cash and tips on the app and actual rides, which the Daytona 500, unless it's like a ride from Ormond Beach or Port Orange, Ponce Inlet, usually it's more Daytona Beachside, which is local, but they do tip well during these type of events. Now, other than that, it's kind of like the luck. If you get lucky, you'll get a ride to Orlando, which is probably about 80, and then if some tip, you actually make about 100 and change. And then you have to come back over, which you don't make anything for. But the 100 is good. We'll take that. And I usually try to stay around Orlando and try to hustle a little bit over there, because you do get rides like this in Orlando. You do. But I hate when you end up one place and it takes you away to another, then you get a ride from there and it takes you to somewhere else, and then like you be all over Orlando before you even like realize. But when you do an hour ride over here and an hour ride in Orlando, it seriously makes you want to cry. And especially when they don't tip on top of it, like you just want to start pulling your hair out. But you do get to meet some interesting people. You get to meet a lot of people. I have a few drivers who've actually hung out with race car drivers, taken them out. They tip really well as well. I had one of the grandparents of it was like car number 16. I think he crashed out. He was supposed to come in, or he was supposed to come in 16th. I think he was supposed to come in second, and he ended up crashing and coming in at number 16. But he's alive and he's okay. You know, we did have a big crash at the Daytona racetrack where the guy that was supposed to come in number 1, he ended up being, I think, pushed into a wall, or I don't know what it was, but ended up going straight into a wall, flipping over, sideswiped, his car caught on fire. He ended up in the hospital, but he was released today, the 20th, I believe. Thank God. Thank God for technology. Because before, when your car's on fire, and even though we had flame suits back then, it was just a totally different ball game. So we're hoping he's all right. He's okay. Now, some of the cons of driving for Uber is that people slam your doors. They don't give a hoot. They will slam that shit. And if any of you that work in dealerships, manufacturers, or whatever it is, can you please make like vacuumed doors where when you push it, it closes by itself? Because damn, they fucking up our doors. But yeah. So, and then you have some people, a lot of stupid people you have to deal with, and you know, they talk about a bunch of like bullshit, and then you know, it's when you carry the little kids in the car. Oh, they're cussing, they're doing this. They want to screw everybody in the park or the club. You know, it's a lot of crap you got to listen to. Or, and this is the thing when they get into the car. Oh, hey, you got a Knox? Before, I used to have the little piece that goes onto that for the iPhone. Now I don't have it anymore. It grew legs and walked out. And I thank God, because let me tell you something. They will hit you with all kind of music, with effing this, effing that, and hold this, and bitch that, and I'm not like down with none of that bullshit. You want to get hyped? You get hyped at home, or put your little headphones in, and then you can get in the car. So I don't have no issues with that anymore. But yeah, other than that, you know, I enjoy it. I love driving. The only thing is where I live, it's really dead. And I thank God that we're not like in other states where we have to deal with a lot of bullshit from the customers as far as like stopping the rides or trying to get a free ride. And it's unfair to us when they do things like that, because then we'll get bad. We'll look bad. So I haven't had any one of those yet. So, and I've been fortunate. I did have this one guy that got into my car, and he started talking a bunch of nonsense like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, where's the where the clubs at? Where the strip clubs at? He liked to drink and have sex, and I'm like, bruh. So I keep my cool, or whatever. And so I took him literally like right up the street. He could have walked his ass there. Got him into the car. I think he had like a second stop or something like that. And then he was like, "Oh, you want to come party with me?" I'm like, "No, bruh. Like, really, get out of my car." Like, I was over and I was done with him. And I swear to you, like, if I had another ride to his house, I would get to his house and I would freaking cancel it right in front of the house. Especially if I knew I was picking him up. Like, those were one of the times where I wanted to grab my baseball bat and just bow. But I can't, because then I go to jail. But as a woman, future reference, I know we've been lucky because of the area that we live in. And I only, like, usually on Friday and Saturdays, it's sea breeze. But yeah, every Friday and Saturday night I'm on sea breeze, and it's a different crowd. But you never know what can happen, and you want to be like, I don't carry pocket knives or anything like that. But it's a good idea to carry mace, or to put a camera in your car, which I'm about to, I'm in the market to purchase one. I don't need one from Uber because they already track our car, so I don't want to like have them all in my business, and I'm sitting there like picking my nose or doing this or doing that, and they're watching me on camera. I don't know how they work it, or if they just only when something happens that they need to look back at the footage or whatever it is. But I'm gonna invest in my own camera. Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. I always like to pull up, especially if it's like one person, to where they get in on my right side. I've had my purse stolen. in which it was partially my fault because it was in the back seat behind me. Picked up my coworker, he put it in the back, forgot about it, and it was a darker color MK. But I have this one, which I usually travel with. And I had this in there. I had this in there. It's so funny because I duplicate everything. I had this in there, which this is what I usually carry. But crap, man, if I have purses, like I want to be able to rock my purse. Like what the fuck? But I usually carry this, especially on Friday and Saturday nights, where I have you can see like I put my license, my debit card, stuff like this. So like when my purse was stolen and it was gone, I ended up investing in this. So you see my phone, I could go in here, my cards, my license, which I didn't have a license then because it was my purse. Yeah, but see what that dummy didn't realize, and lucky for me, I had taken my money out right before I picked up my coworker. I didn't think about that because I completely forgot. I was so distraught over losing my purse because not so much for, oh, it was a nice purse though, but not so much for like my cards and all that stuff could be replaced, but like kids' pictures, favorite pictures, like things like that, my social, though, like my social could be replaced, but my kids' pictures and things like that was like, oh, I like those pictures. But yeah, so anyway, going back to him stealing my purse like right under my nose. What that dummy didn't realize was that night I only picked up 2 passengers. One was for Lyft, which was a kid from the college, and he jumped in the front seat and was like, oh, do you mind if I jump in the front? I'm like, well, shit, you're already here. And I took him to Wawa, saw him walk in, the one in Daytona, came back out, and on my way home, I got this call. So that's when I ended up back beachside and picked him up. Now, everything was fine. Everything was fine. He never saw my purse on the floor because it was dark and I have a dark color interior. But it wasn't until after the ride when he realized nothing was going on to Sea Breeze, because he's from Chicago, so he doesn't know exactly, what time they start shutting down clubs and stuff like that. I ended up dropping him at the hotel and going under the whatever that is, in the hotel where the bright lights are, the little overpass thing or overhang or whatever they have there. And that's when he realized my purse was on the floor and the conversation took a different toll. But yeah, so he pretty much shoved my purse in his jacket, got out with his back facing me, which I thought that was pretty weird. And I never really realized anything, but I was watching him in the side mirror, and I'm like, well, why is he acting like he's all like cold and shit? Because I think it was like 59 degrees or something. And he's from Chicago, so this is like a hot summer day for him, And I was sitting here like, that's just suspect. But I didn't think anything about it. Completely forgot my purse was in the back. The next day I come outside, I'm getting ready, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, to get the kids Chinese food, and I look in the back, and I'm like, why does it look kind of empty back there? I'm like, oh shit, my purse. So it took me a minute, and I just sat in the car, and I'm like, wow, right under me, like right, oh my god, he was slick. But yeah, that's why he fucked up. Because there was only 2 people in my car that night. So he's probably thinking like, oh man, she probably has like so many people in that car, and they're not gonna know. And I knew exactly who it was. And I went back to that hotel after I spoke with the cops. Actually, that night, I went back to the hotel. Yeah, right after. It was the next day after I left the police station. I told the cops I was going to the hotel. If I find anything, I was going to let them know. I checked under that same staircase. And this kid was hiding from his parents, and he found it in that staircase. But they said it was like to the back part, like that you would have never known. It could have probably, if the kid didn't find it, it probably would have been there for like years and years and years. But yeah, so thank you, whoever found my purse. You're so awesome. And you know, I was just glad to get it back. It was a beautiful purse. I'm gonna start out another MK, but I love that purse. I was retired. I did home. I gave my doing to my sister. But yeah, watch your belongings. Watch everything in your car, because people will walk out with it. Like I said, I had that little aux piece for the iPhone. Grew legs and walked out. If there's anything else, like my kids always leaving shit in the back. And another thing is you have to wash and clean your car constantly. Like constantly. So every day I'm sitting here like vacuuming and trying to, you know, keep it clean. Like if you see right now what this lady's doing here, and she's cleaning her car. So right now I'm in the little airport queue that they made for us here. Sorry, my thing on my phone broke. So the weight of the phone, see, it's gonna like push it over. So we gonna just put it back the way it was until I finish the video. Yay! Got my blue on. So yeah, that's about it. I will be making more videos. I am going to do not only my Uber and Lyft, because I do drive for both, those videos, but I am also single now, so I can't be single and fat. So I'm going to be doing a weight loss video. So I'm hoping that I'll have you guys support. I'm trying to be beautiful again. And I was in a really bad relationship to where I don't even have a face anymore. And it's been rough, but little by little I'm, you know, getting everything back together, getting my life back together. And I have to lose probably about 50 to 60 pounds because I'm so little. I'm only like 5 feet. Yeah, I'm not at Wawa anymore, so I'm not down that side. Imagine you get fired for venting from a job. Yeah, okay. So anyway. And I'm going to be doing the hydrogen peroxide food grade therapy stuff. It's supposed to like clean you out, and my thing is I have diabetes. I think I kept it after my last baby, who was 17 now. So it's probably been about 17 years. I know I was gestational twice. I think with James and Jasmine. But with James, I didn't find out till the day when I went into labor, chasing those damn dogs all over the place. But, yeah, I had 2 Rottweilers that got out. And I'm like 8 months pregnant. And I had to grab their ass and like literally like walk them back into the gate. And then I went to labor. But yeah, I'm going to be making all these videos. So don't forget to hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. So when I do make videos, you can, you know, you'll get the first heads up of what I'm going to be talking about next. So I shall say farewell. I have to go pick up someone right now. Till next time, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.